What's up everybody, it's KelseeBrianaJai here with a video on the new Juvia's Place palette. This is the Saharan palette by Juvia's and it just released. I got mine on the pre-sale, so I knew a lot of you guys will want to see a video on it. A few of you guys asked me to get this palette, so I grabbed it because I am a fan of her eyeshadows. I did a video on two of her other eyeshadow palettes in the past and I will link that down below if you're interested in watching that. So let's go ahead and dig into it. So this is the outside packaging. It is a variation of pink and green, not my favorite color combination. This is the packaging. So it has a beautiful image of an African woman. It's trimmed in the green. It's like a Gumby green. We open up the palette. Again, we have the same image of the woman, but this time it's just one image instead of like a mirrored image. No mirror comes in this palette, which I'm fine with because I don't typically use the mirrors in my palettes anyways. So then on the inside of the palette, we have 12 different eyeshadows, a good mix between matte and shimmer, and these colors are so lively and beautiful. They really remind me of Africa. I'm a fan of the brand simply because it is representing African women, and I think that that's such a cool, dope idea, and I really love it. The names of the eyeshadows in this palette also reflects African culture, and honestly guys, I didn't know how much I don't know how to pronounce a lot of this stuff until I started trying. So I looked up a few of the words to try to pronounce them correctly. Excuse me if I say some of the words incorrectly. So inside of the palette, I love the variations of orange. I love the pops of orange. Like, a lot of palettes are really on trend with the orange and the cranberry colors this spring. As the same with the past two seasons, a lot of palettes have these type of colorways in them, so I'm not really surprised to see that again. A lot of the pops of colors are really nice, like the pops of shimmer here. I put those on my lid. I was able to get a nice even coat of eyeshadow, if you will, without having to go into Fix Plus, without having to go into glitter glue, without having to go into any extra adhesive to get it to pop. So I was really impressed with that. And then when I was blending out the matte eyeshadows, I was able to get a nice application without them skipping, so I really am a fan of that as well. So in this palette, I think that you'll be able to make a complete look without having to reach into another palette. However, I do see a few color combinations I would like to do with like richer tones of brown, so I would love to have seen a rich chestnut brown color in here, especially to replace this black. But I know a lot of people feel like they need to have a black color in their palette, as well as I would have loved to see a highlight color in here for underneath my brow bone, but they don't have that. So those are the only two colors that I feel like you may have to reach into other palettes to grab. Otherwise, I feel like you can get a really nice look with this palette. All of the eyeshadows that I have tried are really nice, and it is very consistent with the rest of their eyeshadow formula, with me having tried two of their other palettes before. With the palette, I had a discount code. I will Google a few discount codes for you down below that you can use. And shipping, the grand total of this palette came to $33.11, so I don't think that that's too bad, especially for 12 quality eyeshadows. So if we break that down, $33.11 divided by 12, that makes them $2.76 an eyeshadow, and that's with shipping. So if we deduct the shipping, base price of the eyeshadow palette is $28, plus there's plenty of codes out there for like 10% off, so it makes the palette $25.20 divided by 12. It makes each eyeshadow $2.10. So where can you find an eyeshadow palette where you're able to get $2.10 eyeshadow pans? Absolutely nowhere. So on the back of the palette, there's no ingredient listings and there's no weight information telling you how much eyeshadow is in each pan. So if you want to know that information, you do have to keep your box. So on the back of the box, it says, inspired by the vibrancy and vivaciousness of the Woodabee festivities in the Fulani culture of West Africa. Filled with elaborate and flamboyant makeup, the Saharan eyeshadow palette is endowed with pops of colors, earthy hues, and golds that emulate a true Saharan. I am interested to research that, so this palette has sparked my interest, because if they wear makeup that is anything like what's in this palette, I do need to research their culture. And then like in my quick research that I did on this palette, I did see where the males have like beauty pageants, so I'm really curious to research that as soon as I'm done with this video. I also wanted to touch on the shipping of the actual product, because I know that has been a concern for a lot of you guys in the past. So like I said, I purchased this palette on January 24th at 8:19 at night. It was in the initial pre-sale. I got a confirmation immediately at 8:19, and then that was on Tuesday. And then on Wednesday I got an email saying that my order was on the way and I could track my delivery status, and that was on January 25th at 10:27 in the morning where I am. I'm on Central Time. I received my palette on Saturday, January 28th, and I did pay for expedited shipping. I believe I paid for priority mail shipping because it was like $1 more than their regular shipping, and I'm gonna pay a little bit more if that means that I can get my stuff a little bit sooner. So it wasn't too bad on the turnaround time for the wait for my palette at all. I actually got it in a faster time than I really thought that I was going to, so I was really pleased with the shipping time. So hopefully you guys are able to get your palette in as speedy of a time frame. So I do have swatches for this palette for anybody who is interested in that, and then immediately following the swatches I'm going to jump into the tutorial where I walk you step by step on how to create this look that I have on now. Let me know in the comment section if you plan on picking up this palette. Very curious to see what your thoughts are, and I will talk to you guys very soon. I have on my paint pot, which is MAC Land Low paint pot, so I'm going to set that with a little bit of my Laura Mercier translucent powder. I'm going to dip into Katsina with my blending brush. This is a Tom Ford number 13 brush, and I'm going to pop this right above my crease as my first transition color. I feel like this color right here is calling me. I'm going to dip into it. Let's dab that on my brush. This is a MAC 217 brush. It's a little bit smaller than the Tom Ford brush, and this one is the color Sokoto. Right underneath where I applied Katsina, I'm going to lightly buff this into my crease. I love colors like this, like Tropical Punch. Very lightly because I can already tell this color is super pigmented. So go in with a very light hand. You don't need a lot at all. Next, I'm going to take the color Wadabe and switching to a flat shader brush. This is a MAC 242 brush. I'm going to press this on my inner corner. No Fix Plus or anything. Look how beautiful that is. Barely any fallout. Using the same brush, I'm going to take the color Senegal, and I'm going to press this color right next to the last, blending it together. Oh, pretty so far. I'm loving it. Lastly, I'm going to take the color Bororo, slightly edge this off here. So as you see, I'm dipping downwards and blend that. I do want to add a touch more definition, so I'm going to take my Tom Ford number 12 brush in the color Chad, which is the darkest color in this palette, and grab a bit on the brush, and I am just going to lightly etch out the very, very outer corner. I don't know how much I like this wing that goes all the way out, so I think I'm going to get rid of that with my concealer. I'm going to take a little bit of the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer and just ixnay that idea. Yeah, let's get rid of that. So I'm gonna fix my under eye and set my entire face, and I'll be back to finish up the eyes. I want to go on the bottom of my lash line with Sokoto, like pretty much all across the bottom until I get to the inner corner, and I want to match the color that I have on the top inner corner. So that's what I'm going to do, and I have a limited edition MAC 214 brush. It came in like one of the little holiday sets. I'm going to do my liner, which is the NYC black eyeliner, some lashes, the Salon Perfect lashes, and apply mascara, and I'll be right back. So this is the finished look. Let me know if you plan on picking up this palette. I think it's really nice. I really love all the shadows that I used in my look today. So let me know what you guys think down below. And if you decide to recreate this look on Instagram or Snapchat, make sure you tag me. I will have all the information in the video as well as down below. So that way you can follow me on my other social media. So yeah, subscribe, like this video, and leave me a comment. That's a lot of things to do. But anyways, I will talk to you guys in my very next video. Let me know if you have any ideas for what you want me to do next, and I will talk to you soon. Smooches. Bye. Let me flip it open one time for you. The would-a-be, would-a-baba, would-a-babby, would-a-ba, would-a-babby, would-a-be, would-a-be. Really, bro?
Hey, little girl.
Hey, right when I started filming.
Oh man, you filming?